Thank you, Toastmasters. Good evening, amazing Speechcraft members and fellow Toastmasters. How are you all?
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Good, sir. Good.
Before we start our meeting, we would like to iterate our club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So with that, welcome to fourth session of our Speechcraft program. So may I get some kind of feedback before we proceed further? I mean, how did you feel about the sessions till date so far? May I get some feedback from one by one? Speechcrafter Jamsheed?
Yes, sir.
You would like to hear a few words from you.
Yeah. The sessions were quite informative and well designed, and they were organized and they were on time. The time schedule was followed properly. In fact, our mentors also did a great job. They pointed some of our weak areas, as well as they pointed our strengths, like our good points. So in fact, in total, these sessions were excellent and quite informative.
Thank you, Speechcrafter Jamsheed Ahmed Khan. Thank you so much for the feedback. And we would like to hear a few words from Speechcrafter Nisar Ahmed.
Sorry, I was not concentrating. My apologies. Can you please come up again?
We would like to hear a few words from you about the Speechcraft program so far. I mean, how did you feel? And would you like to give any kind of feedback on for us to improve?
This is an excellent platform. Actually, we need to be associated for a little longer. That's what I believe. And I hope going forward we will be associated with all of you people. Like I said, it's an excellent platform. This is one of the best things. But only thing that I was wondering is having 2 classes in a week would actually make it somewhat difficult. So weekly ones would be ideal.
Okay.
I so believe.
Sure. Thank you, Speechcrafter Nisar Ahmed, for the wonderful, valuable feedback. Yes, we'll try to incorporate this kind of maybe sessions as far as the number of days per week are concerned. Thank you so much, Speechcraft Nisar Ahmed, once again. So since we are running out of time, so we would like to go ahead with the next segment, which is a prepared speech section. Our first Speechcraft member who is going to deliver for today's speech, Speechcrafter Jamsheed Ahmed Khan. Speechcrafter Jamsheed Ahmed Khan, who will be evaluated by Toastmasters Sairam. Jamsheed Ahmed Khan, are you ready?
Sir. Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Perfect. So, Speechcrafter Jamsheed Ahmed Khan, the screen is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars. I'd like to tell you an incident of my high school days. We had a group of friends. We used to play cricket during our high school days. But our principal, Mr. Edekanath, he was a father of the institution, he was a church. And it was our school was inside a campus where there was a church as well as our high school. Then he used to insist us that don't play cricket on Saturdays after your classes. Whereas he had no objection playing on other days. So one fine day, we find that our principal is going out of his home. So we took it as a chance. Then we started playing cricket. Then we enjoyed playing cricket for 1 hour. After 1 hour, one of our friends started shouting, "Father is coming, father is coming." So we panicked and ran here and there. And we went behind the wall, compound wall, and we were just watching what is going to happen. Can you guess what might have happened? Our principal came straight to the ground. He took all the wickets, all the other stuff, ball, gloves, everything. He went inside his home. So we were very much scared. The very next day, when we went to school, after the morning prayers, that is national anthem, he said, "You guys, you just stay back, all other students can go." Then we were much scared. Then he said, "You guys bring your parents to school." So you have done a mistake in spite of my warning. So you have to bring your parents to school. Then we started pleading. Then somehow we managed to convince him. And he said, "Okay, this time this is the last chance I'm giving to you." Then from that day onwards, we didn't play cricket on Saturdays. But later on, when the results were announced, all our group, they did fantastic well with flying colors, and all our friends were among toppers, top 3 toppers. And moreover, myself scored highest marks in mathematics, which was his subject, Father Edakanath's subject. So Father Edakanath came to us, he patted us in, he said, "Guys, you did an excellent job. I was not expecting that. I thought you are always playing, you're not concentrating on your studies, but you did very well." So with this, I'll conclude with one quote saying, "Where there is will, there is a way." So thank you for giving me opportunity to speak on this occasion. Thanks a lot. Over to Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, Speechcraft Jamshed Ahmed Khan, for the wonderful speech. Now we will please help me welcome to invite our second speaker of today's session, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Shiraz. Please help me welcome speech crafter Sahib Sheikh. Sahib Sheikh, are you there with us?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm.
So, speech crafter Sahib Sheikh, the screen is yours.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear, Sahib Sheikh.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, the today topic that I want to talk about the planet Earth. Yes, the planet Earth. When we think about the planet Earth, the only two things, mainly commonly, the two things comes in our mind. The first is the countries, and the resource. The second one is the resources the planet Earth has. So today I will focus only the resources. As we humans, we are using the resources. We think it is like it seems to be unlimited, but reality is very limited. And we using the resources in the many form, like in the products. The we are using it like it will never end, but definitely it will be going to end because everything has the end. So we have to use it very carefully because if we are not careful about the using it, then the future generation will not able to see it, what the product we are using in past and the the um, the yeah, the many things are not will be what we say, it's perfect for them, because the resources are not available as available now, as for the now, sorry, is available. And even the humans are means the we are very clever, we are think that resources, once the resources are empty of the earth, we can move to the another planet, but it's not true, because the nearest the habitable planet, it's as far as the distance of I google it, it's the Kevlar 887 planet, habitable planet. It's the distance of around 557 light years. It's 1 light years is like a light is traveling for the 1 year, means it's too far from the earth. So it's not possible. Yes, so we are not that much clever as the humans as we think. So we have to think twice as we think spending the money on our day-to-day life. We have in same way we have to think with the resources that we are using. For example, we are using a mobile laptops, they are made of something which is extracted from the earth. For example, the battery, the battery, the component one of the battery is in present in the laptop or mobile is made of a lithium, a polymer. This all these things are extracted from the soils of earth. So we have to think the everything is here is belong to the earth. Once the resources are finished, we will be finished. Simple. So we have to very careful about it. So it's time, it's running, or maybe empty. Okay, I will finish. I'm not going to beyond this, but okay.
Great speech, great initiative on global warming point of view. Speech drafter Sahib Sheikh. Thank you so much for the wonderful speech once again. So, please help me welcome our next speaker for today's session, speech drafter Nasruddin Parker, who is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Suhan. Okay, since Toastmaster Suhan is not here with us, Toastmaster Suhan will be evaluated by Toastmaster Pridarshan Reddy. Toastmaster Pridarshan Reddy, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pridarshan. Okay, switch draft to Nasruddin Parker. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I am audible. I am
Loud
audible.
and clear.
Okay, no, actually today I am standing. That's why. So just.
Perfect.
Okay.
You're on a right track. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, speech draft to Nasruddin Parker. The screen is yours.
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Good evening, everyone. And today I will give informative speech. There is some information for everyone. So the topic of my speech is savings and investment. Savings and investment. So let us start with one question. Which day of the month do you like best? Anyone can, which not weekend, not Friday or not Sunday in India.
Starting
Any
of
day.
the month. Starting of the month. Like
Why?
starting of the month, because we usually get salaries on that.
Yes. You are right. You are right. I'm coming the same point. So the best day in the life when we get paid, when we get our salary in our account or whatever mode. Okay, why? Because we getting money and then we have our wish to spend, to go for shopping or to go for a restaurant, whatever. So everyone will be happy when the salary comes. Okay, but monthly we have some expenses, and again we are waiting for salary. Okay, for the next month. So everyone, maybe someone with this line, maybe someone under this category, that we are waiting for the next salary, right? So my concern here is why saving is important, because this money will not be lost. So we have to save something for future. So just today I will discuss about saving. So what is saving? Saving, in simple words, it is income, not expense. Okay, and in mathematics, you can say saving is the amount you can get when you subtract expenses from your total earnings. This is saving. Okay, so why I am telling why the saving one has to realize the importance of saving. So why like this? So I will give some reasons like why saving is very important. One first reason is for emergency funds. Today we are in the pandemic condition. We don't know what will happen in future. Maybe we will lose our job, or maybe we will lose our health, or we will get admitted to the hospital for surgery. We don't know. So we have to keep some funds for as a emergency, so we can use it. The second reason is for purchases. Maybe you will come across one diamond ring, and that ring you want to give to your wife. I did not give to my wife diamond ring. Okay, I gifted necklace before 4 years. Okay, diamond ring. So whenever you have to buy something, so you should keep some money. The third reason is for the retirement. We are right now, we are working, we are fine now, we can work, but anyhow in future sometimes we have to stop the working, so we have to keep some funds for the retirement. And the next is for the vacations. We have to plan to go to Switzerland or go to America, Australia, whatever the reason. And the last reason is for the other reason, like for your kids education. So how you can save more? The formula is simple. Formula is very simple to save. You know about Warren Buffett? Anyone knows about Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett is a top investor of the world. So what he says, saving it should be allocated monthly from your earnings. So you should keep something when you are getting a salary. Keep something allocated 10%, 20% from future, so you can save. So saving, how you can make saving? Just allocate some amount from your earnings to as a saving, as a fund. Okay, now saving alone will not be enough because the inflation means the increase in the prices commodities. Today 100 KD or today 1000 will not be same price after 5 years. So we have to invest. So what are the modes of investment? One is the best investment we can say is the stock market. I want to give you one example. Anyone knows about this IT industry, India, TCS, Infosys, Wipro? Anyone can guess 10,000 invested in 1980s, how much value today? Anyone can guess? Just anyone. 10,000 in 1980s. What is the value of that money in Wipro stock? In IT, one of the
64 rupees.
Might be more than 50,000.
1 million.
No, it is 1,000 crores. 10,000 invested in 1980s. You can check on Google. Maybe you will find 500, 600 because today's share prices and there's accumulation. I got 100 shares. That 100 shares become today 2.56 crores. That shares. So the value of that share is today 1,000 crores. So now my time is running. So just I want to give some ideas about the one is stocks. You can invest in mutual fund. You can invest in commodities, gold. One is real estate. One is you can put into deposits, but this is very, very rare. We cannot put this in. So my final things, just I want to conclude now. So let's start saving early and invest early. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Speechcraft and Nasruddin Parker, for making our mind and eyes in a bigger size to think. Thank you so much. Really a wonderful and message-oriented speech. So we'll proceed with our next speaker. Our next speaker, she is the voice of our Speechcraft program. This is what I have observed and what I fixed up my mind by attending these 3 sessions. She is none other than Speechcrafter Tahmina Sheikh. And Tahmina Sheikh will be evaluated by me, Toastmaster Sairam. Tahmina Sheikh, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Super loud and clear. So the screen is yours. Speech after Tahmina Sheikh. Over to
Thank you so much for your such a wonderful word that you have dedicated to me. And sir, I would like to share my screen. So could you please allow me to do that? Everybody can see my screen.
The PPT is not open, Tanima. Only we can see the screen.
Now is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. Okay. A warm good evening to one and all present over here. The topic of my speech, a day without mobile phone. Yes, my friends, a day without mobile phone. So before I get started, how many of you really remember your mobile number? Please raise your hands. How many of you really remember your mobile number or your parents' mobile number? Okay. Let me ask you, what would happen if you leave your phone at your home unintentionally? Like, I mean to say few hours. What do you feel? Bad, stressed, unsafe, or unhappy? Like this. Like very sad. Okay, Norris. Do you know how many of you really know when the mobile was being invented? It was hardly 48 years ago, my friends, only hardly 48 years ago. And today we are living in 21st generation. Don't you think we are so dependent on mobile number? This is being invented by us. Why we are so dependent on this? Almighty has given you such a beautiful weapon, that is your mind, which has given you this power to invent lots of things into the world. So today the purpose of my speech is not to highlight the advantages and disadvantages of using mobile phone, but this was the man who has invented this mobile phone. Look at this man, and through the internet we are connected with each other, like all over the world easily. Do you know, I wanted to highlight only one thing. Every year more than 1,000 people, more than 2,000 people are dying because of using mobile phone while walking, while driving, and so many things they are doing, but they are keep on busy into that. So how many of you really know these pictures? These are what? These are the Gandhi ji ka teen bandar, right? And this is VR, like the last one. We are always keep busy ourselves in this mobile world. If somebody is talking, we are not giving attention to that person. We are busy in mobile phone, right? Okay. So as just now I said, I don't want to highlight any advantages and disadvantages, because everybody knows about the advantages and disadvantages of mobile phone. But I want to do one experiment with all of you. Are you ready? Okay. So my like first thing, whenever you supposed to go out of your home, whenever some other day, just leave your phone at home. Can you do that? Can you do that? How many really do that? Okay, I know it's very difficult. It's very difficult, not too impossible. No, friends, it requires inner strength to do that. And once you'll do that, you will feel a great achievement and great gain. So let me make you very simpler for all of us. Like when you go out for some other day, just keep your phone on a switched off mode and keep it in your pocket. Until and unless you come home, don't try to switch on your phone. Can you do that? At least this can be like a sub alternative to like control our desires and emotions, right? And I want everyone to please share your views once you'll do that. Okay. I wanted to know whether you will spend your whole day with your family or you go out along with your family outside to make to give them importance, whether you are with them or whether you are with physically with them or not with them, like something like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, speech crafter Tahmina Sheikh, for the wonderful message-oriented speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So, please help me welcome our next speaker of this today's session, speech crafter Nisar Ahmed. Speech crafter Nisar Ahmed, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Our speech crafter Nisar Ahmed will be evaluated by Toastmaster Priyadarshan Reddy.
Good evening, everyone.
Nisar Ahmed.
Good evening, everybody. Toastmasters, fellowship speech crafters. Before I begin, I want to express my apology because I'm going to ask you people few questions which are somewhat personal, and my special apology to the ladies. But I want you, all of you people, to be on the unmute because I want to listen to what you say. So to start with, my first question is: are you anybody married? Like going with the faces like I've seen like battle scars on the heads. So most of them would be married, but maybe few of them are not married. So I hope most of them are married, right? So my next question is like, how many are having kids? That too, school-going kids. Okay. So this thing is, my topic is like, how effective is online learning? So this might be of some interest to you as well as to others. So have you ever thought like, or have you ever watched your kids attending the classes online? Did you observe the kids, how they are going through about their classes, or how the teachers actually are giving the lessons to them? Is it something that you have gone through, or you've spent some time? Okay, I'll share some personal experiences as well as some research. So my topic, like as I said, how effective is online learning? So from the last March, maybe, I believe. So we have been affected in a big way with Corona. And among many other things, education is one of the badly hit. It has dictated the closure of schools as well as rapid expansion of online learning. So the question is like, can online lessons replace in school time? Any idea, any guesses? Can online learning replace in school time?
No.
No.
What is the major factor? What is something that the kids will not get in online
Physical
learning?
interaction.
Okay, I will say the social interactions among the
Yeah.
kids. Okay, any other things?
Teachers love and care during learning.
I did not find any teachers loving and caring during my school days, actually. So I'll not be missing that. And whatever love
Sir,
they
I
Time.
missed my teacher love and care during my learning.
because whatever love was shown to me or by my fellow classmates during that time was using something bigger than and more stronger than this. So,
I have
Timing.
never experienced that stick while learning.
okay. So the question is like the clearly online time cannot be replaced by in school time, or in school time cannot be replaced by the online time. Sorry, but we can analyze how good the actual learning is. According to the online, some of the research of Stanford research fellows, there is a difference between how a good performing student and a bad performing or poor performing students receive the education. There is not a major difference in learning of those who are actually performing well in the class, but those who are very poor, relatively poor, they are finding it more difficult to actually grasp the online learning content. So is there any solution for this? Okay, I had asked one question, like, is anybody watching the kids? Because actually, when we are in Middle East, especially, the teachers are more often housewives, right? And most of them, they are doing it as a pastime. They are not mostly dedicated professionals, and they don't actually are qualified actually. So in a way, online school is one thing that has exposed the schools and the standards of the teachers, right or wrong? Because I have gone through maybe 6 or 7 months continuously. I was working from home.
You are very much right.
I was watching my kids, and the way the teachers were delivering the lectures were far more poor. Like, this is that the standard was far low, because my kids, they were going to one of the good, very good schools, reputed schools, so-called reputed schools from Riyadh. But I thought like this school is like utter waste of money. So actually, I had more than this to talk about, but my what do you say, mismanagement of the content, or it went long more than that. So I'll conclude with a few things like, okay, we need to have a separate, or to say, we need to analyze and need to learn. The teachers needs to evaluate the kids in a better way, and they need to evolve also as a teachers, like to how to teach about. They have a lot of things at their disposal now, because with having a system at their disposal, they can you make use of so many other things. So since online learning is inevitable, we cannot run away, but we need to evolve. So I will conclude with a quote from a very famous person: "In learning, you will teach, and in teaching, you will learn." This is by Phil Collins. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a wonderful quotation, Speechcraft and Nisar Ahmed. Just only one request, that there is no point of mismanagement of your script or the speech. Everyone is here to learn something. Still, myself, I'm learning something because of some activities during this Speechcraft program. Thank you so much. So with this, we have finished our first segment of today's session, which is a prepared speech segment. So are you ready to proceed with the second segment of today's session, which is the table topic session? Yes, great. Then let me introduce the table topic master of today's session. He is very young and very passionate about the Toastmasters and public speaking. And please help me welcome our table topic master of today's session. He is none other than one of your members, Speechcraft members, Speechcrafter Aqib Aman. Aqib Aman, are you there with us?
Yes, am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Speechcrafters. Thank you, Toastmaster, for the introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, today I'll be serving as the table topic master. And table topic master, if I say, it's one of the most interesting sessions because it's a standalone session. Like, you don't have the preparation time, you don't have the all research that you can do, but you still have to speak on topics. So without wasting any more time, let's start. So today, as a Table Topic Master, I'll be putting up topics for you to creatively uh, put up a speech on it. So is there anyone who'd like to go first? Any volunteers, I'll ask. Okay, so I guess I'm seeing Speechcraft Nasuddin Parkar raising his hand. So, okay. So we all as human beings tend to compare ourselves to someone we look up to. Who do you compare yourself to and why? I repeat, who do you look up to and compare yourself and why? I'll write the topic in the chat box. Over to you, Speechcraft Nasuddin Parkar.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Just I want to check the topic. Uh, who do you compare yourself and why? Okay. Whenever we have to compare, definitely I will compare the person who is above me. Means it's above means not in the age or not in the beauty, about their skills, my skills. So when I'm comparing my other friends in my friend circle, so just I'm watching their leadership skill, their communication skill, their parenting skill. So I'm feeling, yeah, I have to improve something. I have to do something. So just I want to follow them. Uh, then I just make research how they reach to this destination, because the same education I took, the same education they took, and how they are very free to speak, very free to every program they are in front. Then I found, no, they are working there, means they learn through the Toastmasters. So even I asked them how I can join this Toastmaster. Then once they invited me in one of the Toastmaster session, when this Miss Romana J. Smith came in Kuwait. I attended at that time, but unfortunately I did not continue. And then I know this is the life, or we have to do something. Then only I will reach to the destination. So just I want to follow what is good and how I can improve myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nasuddin Parkar, for that exuberant speech. So may I have any other volunteer for the table topic session?
Yes, the Jamshid is here.
Speechcraft to Jamshid Ahmed Khan. Would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I believe that growing up, we all have ignored something that we now hope that we put more effort into. And I do have a few. So what do you think that you wish you spent more time doing 5 or 6 years ago? I'll write the topic up on the chat box if I might have to refer it.
Could you please repeat the topic?
I've written the topic, but I'll repeat again.
Yeah,
I believe that growing up, we all have ignored something that we now hope that we've put more effort into. What do you wish that you spent more time doing 5 to 6 years earlier, 5 to 6 years ago? Over to you, Speechcraft to Jamshid Ahmed Khan.
Sorry, can you change the topic, please?
Shall I take up this topic?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, fellow speech crafters. So the topic is, what do I wish to have put some more effort 5 to 6 years ago? Definitely, it would be, because there was a time 5 to 6 years before that I had stopped upgrading myself in terms of technology, in terms of other things. So I do wish that if I get a chance, then I will put up some more effort in upgrading myself, because I felt a little lagging behind due to some of the years which I haven't learned. So to compensate that, I am on an overdrive now. So I'm putting up double the effort required. So as to, I don't know, because we plan, I plan, and you plan. So God is the best of planners, but we still do hoping, okay, this will give us some more rewards. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Speechcraft and Sairam. So, well, the essence of table topic is to get a topic without even knowing about it. So I guess passing it along won't work. So, may I have any other volunteer?
I have a second chance because it was past one.
Are you ready?
Sorry?
Yes. Tamina Sheikh is here.
Okay, Speechcraft Tamina Sheikh is willing to volunteer. So, okay, all right. We all would agree that there are multiple things wrong with the world at the moment. If you were to change one thing that would change the world for better, what would it be and why? Except the pandemic, of course. So you're not audible. I guess you're on mute still.
Sorry. Thank you so much, speech crafter Akib Aman, for this question. I would see there are n number of things around our world which we wanted to change, but we cannot. I really wanted to change one thing, that is the behavior of an individual. That is, a person's behavior can define that person's personality. And once you change that person's behavior with using techniques and the tools, they will definitely change the entire world will automatically get changed, because we cannot control anyone's mind, we cannot control anyone's emotions, we cannot control anything, but we can control the behavior. Yes, the behavior is very important, and once we'll try to change the behavior of a person, automatically everything will get changed. We can say that the Atmanirbhar Bharat are the one of the flagship scheme uh, taken by the government of India, so that it can change the behavior of a people to go towards the path of a cleanliness, because cleanliness is the most important. And Atmanirbhar is not about the self sufficiency, it's about everything which is around us. So self is starting from the self sufficiency till the end, we are responsible for our behavior. That's all.
Thank you very much for tackling the topic so exuberantly. So I'm having a message. I guess Speechcraft Jamshid Ahmed Khan would like to speak up again.
Yes, please.
All right. So success is something that we all aspire to achieve, don't we? What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the word success? I repeat, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the word success? I'll write the topic in the chat box if you want to refer.
First thing that comes to my mind when we speak of success is dedication, hard work, and dedication toward the work. In fact, to get a success, hard work is very important. Without hard work, we will not be able to achieve success. As Dr. I want to narrate one story from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's mission. When he was launching a satellite, for the first time, he failed. Then again, he tried, and for the second time, it was a big hit. That time, the director of the launching station, he dedicated that success to his team. Instead of taking that success on his part, he said, "My team did a good job." So hard work always plays an important role to achieve success. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to take this
Thank you
table
very much, Jamshid Ahmed Khan, for that table topic. Might I ask one of the Toastmasters to take up a topic?
Sure, sure.
All right. So as we are in the public speaking area, so I'd like to ask one thing that's kind of opposite. So if I say that, who is willing though, by the way, I forgot to see that.
Anybody, Nisar?
All right.
Speechcrafter Mohib Ahmed, are you there with us?
I'd like this topic to be taken by a Toastmaster,
Yes, sir.
not a Speechcrafter.
You name it, which Toastmaster you want to take it. There are three
Okay.
Toastmasters in the group, Sairam, Toastmaster Sairam, and myself. I'm a learner, still I'm ready, and
All right.
Toastmaster Suraiya.
So I'll put up the topic. When does silence convey more meaning than words? I repeat, when does silence convey more meaning than words? I'll write up the topic in the chat box.
Toastmaster Suraiya, you want to take this opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be mostly doing audio. I'm so sorry.
It's totally fine.
All right, great. Where's the timer? Hang on. Who's
Timer
the
is here.
timer?
Toastmaster Zoom.
Toastmasters. Okay, great. The topic is
Should I repeat the topic?
no, I got
It's
the
in the chat.
topic. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
There are times in our lives when silence can convey so much more than words. Obviously, the first things you think of are grave moments, moments of tragedy, moments of stress. But I don't want to be a downer. I want to be happy. So can silence also show happiness? Well, in 10th grade, it was time for me to open up and see my results. I did CBSE, so we had to log in to that one website that takes 37 tries before you're able to get in and the server is not down. So I did. Early in the morning on a Saturday, I was trying anxiously to get in, biting my fingers, my nail was bleeding, and I see it. I get in, I scroll down, and I hold my breath. My eyes go wide open, and I'm slapping the sofa. So my dad turns around confused, and he goes, Suraiya, what's wrong? And I look at him, and I can't say a word. So he comes over, and he sees 9.6 CGPA. And I scream, and he screams. There's not a word to be said, but that silence just showed just how happy I was. For the first time in my life, I was proud of my academic success. Even if it wasn't a 10, it was a 9.6. And my silence just showed I did this. That is one instance where silence can really show the magnitude of someone's happiness. Over to you.
That's a really bold way of tackling the topic. And we all have been through it, haven't we? The CBSE site lagging on us in the most crucial moments.
Yes.
So without wasting any other time, I'd like to ask one of our older Speechcrafter to take up this topic. Who might volunteer?
Who is
We can
older?
give it to our Dr. Mohit.
Dr. Ahmed here. Since he didn't participate for today's session, I request Speechcrafter Mohib Weber to take this topic now.
Okay, so I'll put up the topic. We all have seen great many things in life, and with your experience, I might think. So this is a question. This is a personal question. I ask. What's the best part of growing older? I repeat. What's the best part of growing older? I've written the topic in the chat box.
Hello.
Yeah. What's the best part?
Hello.
Yes, you are
Yes.
loud and clear.
Am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good
I
evening.
was a bit late in joining this topic. Yeah. The best part, according to me, in growing older is gaining the experience of life. When we are young, we are full of our energy and buoyance. We are missing on the experience part. And as we grow older, we do a lot of mistakes in our life, and then we realize that we could have approached this problem in a certain way, in a certain better way. So that is, according to me, is the best part. You gain the experience and you can actually guide the newer generation also, but they won't listen to you. Yeah. And I think I'm now running short of my words. Thank you very much.
You still have time.
Yeah.
All right.
I can.
Okay. Thank you, Speechcraft from Mohib Ahmed, for those words. May I have another volunteer? I still have 2 topics left.
Speechcraft.
Yes, I can.
Are you ready to
Hello.
take another question? I believe, few minutes back, our Speechcraft Nisar Ahmed would like to, try to take another topic. Nisar Ahmed, are you there with us?
Yes, sure.
So, are you ready to take another question?
Yes, very well.
Go on, TTM Akib.
Okay. So, I'm directing the question. Apart from the pandemic life, one thing that life is one thing that we have in common. How many of us believe that we steer our life in whatever direction we want it to? Where do you see yourself after 10 years? I repeat, where do you see yourself after 10 years?
Well, this is something that this question is something that actually I don't like to hear, because this is one of the HR interview questions, and two questions among these which I don't like. Well, the first thing is they start with tell me about yourself, and they actually try to end this with where do you see from X number of years. So this is something that actually I don't want or don't wish to come across, because there's no meaning. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but still we will have wishes. Okay, we want to own so many acres of land. We want to travel around the globe. We want to beach surfing. We want to go what do you say on in what do you say in uninhabited lands where there is no internet, there is no such thing as disturbance. But still, like now there is one more thing to say, like miles to go before I sleep. But 10 years down the line, I do wish I would be able to afford few things that I want to travel, maybe few places. That's what I wish to, because it's not going to sustain for long, because health is something that needs to be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Spacecraft Nisar Ahmed. Well, we all spacecrafters have been through both of the questions now, I guess.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Akib Aman, for the wonderful role. I request all the members to give him a great round of applause for taking initiative and taking the role of table topic master.
Thank you.
Also, I request all the members, please try to take this kind of roles, either table topic master or MC, nothing but Toastmaster of the day. So please initiate yourself and drop the message once our today's session is over. Okay. Other than the speeches, we have other roles where we need to control the meeting. Till today, till this session, you have delivered your prepared speeches and you have delivered the impromptu speeches. Apart from that, you will be having another kind of the meetings, which is controlling the entire meeting. So try to take up those roles as well. Once again, Akib Aman, great job. Well done. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
So with that, our table topic session also concluded. So we'll go to the next session, which is a general evaluation segment. Here, each and every speaker will be evaluated by their respective evaluators. Please help me welcome our first evaluator of today's session, which is me, Toastmaster Sairam. I'm going to evaluate my target speaker, Jamshed Ahmed Khan, Speechcrafter Jamshed Ahmed Khan. May I request Jamshed Ahmed Khan to switch on your camera? Yes, please.
Yes, on.
Yeah. Jamshed Ahmed Khan, my target speaker. First of all, congratulations to you for completing one of your stories as a speech here in our Speechcraft program. You have utilized your time very well. This is the best part for what we are here in Toastmasters, time management. Once again, congratulations on successfully utilizing the time in a proper way. The story which you have shared with us, the schooling days, we can correlate, all of us can correlate with that story. We too, particularly myself, I have studied in a government boys high school, and I could imagine what happened to you during that while playing the cricket on Saturdays. All those incidents, it's like, I was on this place, not Jamshed Ahmed Khan. Myself, I was there and I was experiencing the same kind of situation and scenario on me. Something like that. This is the way how a speaker should deliver the speech, to engage the audience, to grab the attention of the audience. Well done. Before your story is perfect, which is correlating with each other, very simple and crisp. But I would like to give you a small tips to take your speech to the next level, which is, yes, you are on the floor. You have given your speech on a standing position, but try to find your room in a speaking area. And as I told you in my last evaluation to you, segregate your speaking area, either 2 or 3 or multiple parts. Make it as minimum as possible, maximum by 3 parts, so that whatever the story you are delivering, we can imagine, left part of that room is his childhood. Second part of his story, his speech, belongs to his father, nothing but the school principal. And third part of the room is what he achieved by scoring the best score in the mathematics and overall score, and what his principal or father given his great words and appreciating words. so that I can imagine. Otherwise, what will happen? I'll stick on only one place. Yes, you have the wonderful message in your speech, but if you want to engage each and every audience, like means 100% of the audience, this is the best. This is one of the best ways to incorporate in your speech. So wish you all the best for your future projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback, sir.
So our next, please help me welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Shiraz, who is going to evaluate our speechcrafter Sahib Sheikh. Toastmaster Shiraz, the screen is yours.
Toastmaster Sairam, Sahib Sheikh is not in the room. Maybe he has disconnected. Shall I continue or shall I give him the personal evaluation?
Better give the evaluation because it may help others as well, if in case to correlate his speech with them.
Great, great. Will do. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, speechcrafters, and my target speaker, speechcrafter Sahib Sheikh. My target speaker Sahib Sheikh, the subject was regarding Earth. We know that we have learned many educational sessions, so I will present my evaluation based on the educational sessions we have conducted. The first educational session regarding the topic, he has chosen a well structured topic which is more relevant to the current time. So excellent work on selecting the speech topic, excellent way. And the number 2 educational session we had the education session about the drafting the speech. What is our beginning, starting, and the body and the conclusion. He started asking few questions from us, and also he was explaining about the earth and resources and the countries, and our focus, he focused on mostly on resources. So it was excellently crafted, his speech. We learned the next educational session is the broader aspect, that is general purpose and the specific purpose. His speech general purpose is to deliver a speech according to the learnings which he has learned. Unfortunately, he did not switch on his video because of connection issues. However, he has he has presented his speech very well. But in specific speech, specific objective, specific purpose also, he has done it very well. He at the end of the speech, he concluded with his quote, what we supposed to do. It was excellently done it, great. I wish that he could incorporate the gestures which we learned yesterday in his speeches. It would have been an excellent speech. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, evaluator Toastmaster Shiraz, for the wonderful and constructive feedback of speechcrafter Sahib Sheikh. Please help me welcome our next evaluator, Pridarshan Reddy, who is going to evaluate our speechcrafter Nasruddin Parker. Toastmaster Pridarshan Reddy, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sairam. Nasruddin Parker. Yes. Wow. Last week you was a TMOD, and this week you come with an amazing speech. And the best part, what I like about your speech is you started with a big smile. I love that. The topic was an excellent, which we can like, I guess, finance and financial planning is something everyone can correlate with themselves. When someone says I was doing something, obviously everyone think about themselves. What I was doing with my money? I guess I received my salary 5 days back. Where is my salary? This is the most thing most people think. But I'm sure your presentation will help most people in at least identifying their things. You're confident to enter a speech. You started with a question, how many people you are doing with their amount on the salary, that which is very good. The hand gestures was limited due to your camera position, but we were able to see the hand gestures. Next time, a better camera position would have more related to the audience. You utilize the time very well. You use the full time, and the best part, you make sure you induce humor in your speech, be it your wife necklace or be it your some diamond thing, but make sure you engage the audience. And you made sure during your entire speech you have taken the passes at regular times, which is very good. You're confident, you know when to stop and when to start, and make sure you follow the path. And the final, you made sure with the current live examples like with the Warren Buffett of the current affairs, which is very good. And you ended up with a better finishing. The financial planning is something everyone should be knowing about it, and everyone should be aware. And in the starting of the speech, you also informed everyone it was an informative speech. You are sure what you are going to tell, and you have done it very well. And a little slight improvements which I may recommend for you further improvement. During your speech, the eye contact has been disturbing here and there. So next time, make sure you have a contact right straight to the audience, and make sure the camera angle is such a way where you can see your hand gestures very well. Overall, it was an excellent speech. Thanks for the informative knowledge. Thank you, Mr. Parkar. Over to you, Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Pridarshan Reddy, for the wonderful evaluation. Our next speech crafter, Tahmina Sheikh, will be evaluated again by me. Speech crafter Tahmina Sheikh. Day without mobile phone, highly impossible for me. It's highly impossible for me. What should I tell you? The way you have chosen the topic, which is the very most important and very informative topic you have chosen for your speech. First of all, the way you have used the English words, great usage of English words. One sentence, one statement which you have given, Almighty has gifted you with a wonderful tool, which is the mind. Use it. Kudos to you for using a very great use for the great usage of English words. And number two, the best part of your speech is engaging the audience by asking questions, not only at the starting of the speech, even during the speech itself. Are you able to leave the mobile at home while you are going out? The questions are really engaging. This is the best part of your speech and the main basic element of any good speaker. Very well done. Here, I would like to give you a few tips to make your speech better, because everything and everywhere there is a room called enhancement. So I would like to share according to my theory. Sometimes you are using some kind of Hindi words. Since we all are belongs to the same location, it is okay. But when you are giving the speech somewhere, either in India or in a international platform, some people may feel it's disconnecting the engaging of your speech. So better to reduce those Hindi words like TK or sometimes you are giving Hindi proverbs. Like for today's speech, as you said, Gandhi ji ka teen bandhan. Since Gandhi ji is a very famous personality in the international, no need of saying, Hindi words. So better you make it in English itself. Otherwise, other people who don't know Hindi may feel a bit of discomfort with your speech. These are the only two. This is the only one suggestion I would like to recommend you. Apart from that, as we said during those sessions, stand on the floor, keep your camera a bit far away from you, and use make a speaking area and divide in a parts and use the gestures to prove your point is right, something like that. Okay, over to you. Wish you all the best for your upcoming projects. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. So today I was standing only actually, but my camera was like little closer to me. That's why I was not seem to be standing.
Okay, so it's better to make the camera, your mobile phone or laptop or whichever device you are using, keep it away from your from you, so that we can see you at least till the west, so that we can assume you are standing on a floor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The final evaluator for today's session, it is again Toastmaster Priyadarshan Reddy, who is going to evaluate last speaker of today's session, Speechcrafter Nisar Ahmed. Speechcrafter Nisar Ahmed, are you there with us? Could you please switch on your camera? Perfect. Toastmaster Priyadarshan Reddy, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sairam. Today, my target speechcrafter, Nisar Ahmed. Well done. You have come with such a topic where everyone, we are in a Corona time where everyone can relate by themselves. I guess most of them here who are having kids, as you said, can relate whatever you said. As we can, when we are speaking, when we have, everyone was comparing with themselves. Yes, that's what's happening. Most of the time, kids were not listening. Most of them, kids were not engaged. It was an excellent topic with the current affairs. Your eye contact was excellent throughout the speech. You made sure you are seeing right into the camera and you are engaging with the audience. And we are starting with a question. A speech with a question will always create an interest with all the audience. What will be the next? What is going to ask? That you created that enthu in all the audience. You are confident throughout your speech. You are straight what you want to say. You are point to the point. And you make sure you also took any good passes during your speech. It's not like you are rushing or you are running out of the speech. You know where to stop. You have taken good passes. The camera angle was good. We're able to see your hand gestures, but maybe a stand next as part of the enhancement. Next time, make sure a standing position will make you more related close to the camera. Then apart from that, you had utilized the time very well. You are aware about what you are speaking. You are tracking the time. And in the end of the speech, you had a good finishing. You had made sure, though the topic was diverted with the questions and about the online education, but the end, you made sure you concluded the speech and you said your view of point, what you want to say about the online education. And the best part, what I like is you engage all the audience. Not one time and two time, you was repeating the questions and all the audience had been engaged, because the only reason the audience engaged because the topic you had selected for the speech. That is one thing. The speech should be uniform for not just for one sector or one local. It's always the Toastmasters say the topic of the speech should be international. And my speechcraft, Nisar Ahmed, your speech was international. You're done well done. All the best. Over to you, Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyadarshan Reddy, for the wonderful evaluation. So with that, the third part of our session has been completed. Thanks to each and every Speechcraft member, evaluator, and particularly the table topic master, Speechcrafter Akib Aman. Thanks to each and everyone. Without any further delay, let's move on to our next segment, which is the educational training session. This educational presentation will be on the gestures. The way we, I mean, each and every evaluator were trying to give you a tip on your speech, which is the gestures, hand movements. So it's better to invite our trainer of today's session, who is going to give the presentation on gestures, to tell us about more about the gestures, which are the important gestures to use in speech. This trainer is the key member of our Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club and the Vice President Public Relation of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club. She is very young. If you ask me what is the best part and what do you feel about her involvement in Toastmasters, without any hesitation, I could say that I'm learning a lot of creativity from her presentation skills. She is none other than Toastmaster Suraiya Noor Fathima. Since she has already given this presentation yesterday in our another session in another room by Toastmaster Hanan, here we are going to present her recording here, but I request Toastmaster Suraiya Noor Fathima we would like to hear a few words from you before we share the recorded presentation. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraiya Noor Fathima.
Thank you so much, President Sairam, Toastmaster Sairam, for that wonderful introduction. Yes, hello, Speechcrafters. Unfortunately, today I won't be able to do this session as it's normally done. So you'll be seeing a recording. It's mainly due to my health, but I will come in later once you've seen the recordings to answer any questions that may pop up. I'm sure there was one question yesterday that came up and I answered it then. And of course, I want to do the same for this batch as well. So once you've seen this, the recording and you have any questions, you can either type it in the chat, either while the session is going on, if you think that you might forget it, or once the recording is over, you can type it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself or raise your hand and we can take the questions as they come. Is that okay, Sarah?
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, Toastmaster Suraiya.
All right, wonderful.
Thank you so much for the introduction. And the amazing Speechcraft members, are you ready to witness the importance of gestures while delivering a speech? Great. Kindly switch on your camera if possible. And here we are sharing the recorded video. Is the screen available to all of you? I mean, can you are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Hanan, for that wonderful introduction. I can't believe I was introduced by my own mentor. To hear all that praise is really something. Well, good evening, Speechcrafters. Hello, hi. If you can open your cameras, that would be wonderful. I would love to see all of your beautiful faces, because today, this session is one about gestures. So I need to see your beautiful faces. I don't care what is happening in the background. My room is a mess, but I will do this with this on. So show me yourselves as we dive in to what is
Stuck up.
Sairam, it's stuck.
Those who are sharing the screen need not go on mute, please.
Sairam, the video is stuck. Hmm. Sairam, you're not you're muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Break your message.
Is there any?
Because let's be real. Can you be motivated by a speaker talking like this? And this is how they.
Where's the? Are you sharing the video?
Or
Yes.
Does that make you motivated?
It's
Or
not.
does
We can hear it, but we can't see the video.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute in that case, please.
TM Sairam, please keep yourself on unmute when you are sharing the screen, because if you mute yourself, the voice will go.
Thank you so much, Hanan.
So is
for
it
that
audible now?
wonderful introduction.
Yes.
I can't believe I was introduced by my own mentor. To hear all that praise is really something. Well, good evening, Speechcrafters. Hello, hi. If you can open your cameras, that would be wonderful. I would love to see all of your beautiful faces, because today, this session is one about gestures. So I need to see your beautiful faces. I don't care what is happening in the background. My room is a mess, but I will do this with this on. So show me yourselves as we dive in to what is gestures. I'm your presenter, Toastmasters Suraiya, Noor, Fathima, and we're going to be talking about this, and maybe a little this. First of all, what are gestures? Like I mentioned, it's what you do when you're talking to someone, when you're on stage, when you're giving a public speech. If you have a keen observation skills, my English is all over the place today, but if you're keen in your observation skills, you can notice what I'm doing with my hands. This is what you call a gesture. Now, here's the thing. Why gestures? Right? Why gestures? We know gestures exist, but why are they important? Simple. First of all, when you're doing public speaking, your gestures add meaning to your overall message. They're important in giving that punch, that oomph, that impact to really sell home your message. If you want to become a motivational speaker, this is very important. Your gestures will quite literally make or break your message. Because let's be real, can you be motivated by a speaker talking like this? And, this is how they speak with no facial expressions or gestures. Does that make you motivated? Or does that make you think, I should probably leave this room because I don't know if this presenter has gotten enough sleep? So that's one reason. Reason number 2 is your gestures add valuable meaning. Now, this can depend on what kind of speech you're giving, but if you're giving, say, an educational session, an educational keynote speech, like I am, my gestures will most probably show that I am trying to teach you something. I am trying to make you engaged. I am trying to show you the value of gestures. Hence, if I didn't have gestures for a speech on gestures, you would probably not understand anything. And also, I love this one. This is not literal. Turn your stage fright into stage fight. As someone who grew up in theater, I will never believe anyone who says that they don't have stage fright. If someone says they don't have stage fright, either they have not slept for the entire day, or there is something wrong. They're not telling the truth. They are lying. Do not believe them. Every good speaker I know has stage fright. The difference is that they use that nervousness, that stage fright, into their superpower. Because now all the nervousness I'm feeling is going into where I'm pointing. Where are my hands? Where am I looking at? Oh, maybe I should turn a little this way to add a little impact. So all that nervousness, all that jitteriness has gone into my decision-making skills. It has gone into me focusing on where I'm standing to hopefully help the audience better understand my message. However, where do you start? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Where do you start initially as a public speaker? First of all, when you're on stage, try to avoid fiddling. Try to avoid trying to hold on to clothing. That's the biggest thing that I see. People try to fiddle around with their clothing. Or if you have long hair, they tend to do this, or this, or this. Relax. Lower your shoulders, open up your arms. Look around. No one is going to eat you. I promise, as scary as it may seem to be on stage, no one will eat you. So be relaxed. If you do have a habit of fiddling around, and I can completely understand that, if you do have a habit, try to open up your arms like this, your hands, your palms, let it face the audience. And from time to time, but not too much, you can just touch your clothing very, discreetly, almost like a secret that you don't want anyone else to know. But for the most part, practice on not letting your nervousness come through too much. You control your nervousness. Your nervousness does not control you. What else can you do? Well, be natural. Let the words flow out. Talk as if you're talking to a friend, maybe a teacher, maybe people you know and you're familiar with. I like to think that there's a pumpkin head at the very end of the audience, like all the way back, there's a pumpkin head. And I stare at that sometimes whenever I feel nervous. Or you could stare above someone's head. You're making eye contact, but you're also not making eye contact. Or you can stare at the webcam. It does wonders to make me not that nervous. Also, don't be scared of letting your body speak its feelings. I have seen amazing, mesmerizing speakers who are absolutely nervous. They let some of that show, but that adds to their speech. Don't try to withhold your body too much. If it feels like it wants to do a little bit of this, let it breathe so that you can open up later. Now, obviously, practice makes perfect. You should know this. And you've already seen this with some of the speech crafters here. Practice makes perfect. Also, advertising the club here. Use your club, join a club, go to places in order to experiment and slowly get a control of your nervousness. I'm sure you have notebooks out, I'm guessing. I hope no one has notebooks here. But this is the part where I talk about the more textbook language to this. So, what are the categories of body language? Right? I'm sure you're wondering, okay, we know gestures, but could you explain? So when we're talking about body language, we have our facial expressions, we have gestures, and we have your whole body movement. Now, gestures can be something as small as, can you call me? To something as large as, where is my food? Depends. Now, your facial expressions, what are they? Why are they important? First of all, your facial expressions are key to the meaning behind a message. There is a difference between, hey, we should really do this game, it's amazing, to, yeah, we should do this game. Can you see? One, I'm very happy, the other, I'm not. So facial expressions can obviously give so much meaning to a single sentence, a single message. Have a look at this. This is one of the world champions of public speaking, Ramona J. Smith. And you can see from her facial expressions that she's ready to fight. You can see the message behind it, right? And here's the 2019 world champion of public speaking, Toastmaster Aaron Beverly. You can see him looking angry. And you can tell what is the meaning behind this one small gesture in his facial expression. And then you have a happy facial expression, again from another world champion of public speaking. So you can see just from the facial expressions how much information you can get. Well, there is more. Facial expression like eye contact gives the impression of personal contact to everyone in the audience. You can see here, this is from a video, and yet you can clearly feel that he is making eye contact with you, right? Now, oh, I love this. The winner of Best Facial Expressions. This is yet another world champion of public speaking, Mohammad Kahtani, DTM 2015. I am not in that. There we go. So you have a look at his facial expressions. It's varied, but it's very subtle. And yet each subtle change, you can see the change in his meaning. I highly recommend looking at his speech, viewing his speech once this is done, because it will really tell you and inform you just how effective even the smallest of changes in facial expression can be. Next, gestures. There are 3 types of gestures. You have your conventional, your descriptive, and your emotional gestures. All of them kind of explain themselves. So let's get through this. Your conventional gestures, which I am unfortunately covering up, I'll go over here. Here's one example. Here's another. Here's another. It's very easy to understand what they mean because we tend to do them a lot. Everyone does it, and you can guess the meaning behind it. Next, you have descriptive gestures, which are they're meant to describe an emotion, right? They can describe what is happening, or they can describe literally, as in, I have this small of a bird. That's a descriptive gesture. Next, we have emotional gesture. I think you can understand from these images what exactly I mean. They're meant to show an emotion, usually a strong emotion. I think our coordinator Hanan's speeches are on YouTube if you want to have a look at just what I mean by emotional gestures. She's really good at them. Well, who is the winner of Best Body Gestures? Press Vasila's DTM Champion 2013. Have a look. Whole body is moving. Same thing with Ramona Smith. You can really see her using her whole body, and she won the championship of public speaking. So if that doesn't tell you how effective gestures are, I don't know what will. Now, whole body movement can include your stance. I am sitting down, but I do have a stance in a sense. I'm open, I am comfortable. That is a stance. So the aim is to be relaxed yet balanced, and you should also be able to vary your speaking position from time to time to kind of add that spice to your speech, and to also not make your audience bored. So who's the winner of Best Whole Body Movement? Aaron Beverly DTM World Championship 2019. Just have a look. He was amazing. Honestly, do have a view of his speech once this is over. Next, practice. Use a mirror. Record yourself. Use Zoom meetings. Bother your family and friends. Well, it's not really bothering, but ask your family and friends. Practice with them so that you can understand just how you're supposed to use gestures. In fact, I recommend practicing with family and friends, because that way you can truly understand if your message has gotten through, because your family and friends are people whom you trust the most. So they will tell you if they don't understand something, as opposed to strangers, right? Well, we have come to an end, and I need to stretch. My goodness, because I hope this quote can embody what we've been doing so far. This quote is by the father of the most, I'm not too sure what I can call him. He's the father of the most widely used acting practice technique to date, the most widely used, Stanislavski. And he said, the language of the body is the key that can unlock the soul. Father of method acting. And I hope with that you enjoyed today's session. Thank you so much. And a special thanks to DTM Marie Jaffer, who let me borrow this absolutely beautiful PowerPoint presentation. And with that, I think I am done.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraiya, for the wonderful session. So, my dear amazing speech crafters, do you have any questions? First of all, how did you feel it? Great. Does anybody having any questions to ask? Or else just drop your question in the chat box, or personally drop the message to me so that I can pass this message to Suraiya, Noor, Fathima. Then we'll get back to you with a proper reply if you need any further assistance. Any questions, please?
She has answered everything, sir, actually, through her speech.
Great. Then Toastmaster Suraiya. So there is no need of giving any statement from my side. Our Speechcraft member itself said you did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So shall we proceed? Shall we proceed with the next segment, where again it's another educational presentation? Shall we proceed further, or does anybody having any questions? Okay. Our next segment, again, it's a educational presentation on evaluation. We keep on giving the evaluators some tips to you, and you are incorporating all those evaluation feedback. At the same time, from other part, they too need the feedback from you as well. Evaluation is nothing but feedback in our general and routine life. So here we have Toastmaster Sana, who is a champion of our Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club on evaluation segments on division level. She is going to present the discussion on how to evaluate. So again, here we are sharing the recorded video of yesterday's session. Please help me to share the recorded video. Here we go. Is my screen visible to all of you? Could you please unmute yourself and give me a feedback?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. So we are here. I'm going to start the recorded video. Discussion on how to evaluate by Toastmaster Sana Yusuf.
Thank you so much for the compliments. Also, I want to ask if I am audible because I was having a bit of network issue. So you can see me and you can hear me properly, right?
Absolutely.
All right. I see a lot of black screens. I want faces so I know who I'm talking to. I need faces. Please try to show your face, open your video so I can see who I am talking to so we can work and learn how to evaluate together. All right. So I want to ask everyone a question and you can unmute yourself or just raise a hand. All right. Have you ever helped your friend with a presentation, or maybe given feedback to your work friend when she was giving a work performance or maybe a project, or maybe even your child? Did you help them with any homework? Did anyone ever have an experience like this? A friend, a work colleague, a child? Yeah, exactly. So that means you had to listen, you had to observe what they were doing, and then provide some valuable feedback some recommendations, some corrections in their work, right? Is that what you did? So congratulations, that was you being an evaluator. We all are evaluators in our life every day, be it in our workplace, in our house, in our community. And in Toastmasters, we love evaluations. We consider evaluations the backbone of being a great speaker. But why do we really need evaluation? Is it because just we want to improve the speaker who speaks? Yes, we want them to improve and reach excellence, but also we want to improve ourselves as evaluator. When you are an evaluator, your listening skills improve, your thinking skills get polished, and you speak quick on your feet because evaluation is not a joke. So let's learn the art of evaluation. So here are the points that we're going to cover today. First, we're going to learn the criteria for evaluation. What are the things we look in a speech, in a speaker's speech? What are the things we focus on when we want to talk about what they've done good, or when we want to point out what they can do better? What are the things? What is the criteria? Second, the do's and don'ts. What is it that we need to learn to do when giving an evaluation, and what is it something that we need to avoid absolutely when giving an evaluation? And finally, we'll try out some delivery style exercises that will help you become a really good evaluator. So first, let's talk about the criteria. Now, at basic level, any evaluation has to be divided into 3 parts. First is what you saw in the speech, which is basically all about physical appearances. This is exactly what Toastmaster Suraiya talked about, all about posture, facial expressions, and hand gestures. When you are giving an evaluation, you need to look out for these things. You need to see if your speaker did any of these things. Posture. What can you talk about posture? You can look if the speaker was slouched down, then you can commend on that. If the speaker is standing up straight, you can talk that the speaker was confident. Facial expressions. When the speaker was being happy, did they show that they were being happy? You can talk about that. When the speaker was talking about being sad, did they show it on their face? Were there relevant facial expressions? Hand gestures. Did they use way too many hand gestures to make their point? Or were they stiff as a pole? These are some things that you can note down when you want to talk about the speaker. Now the next, what did you hear in the speech? The first and foremost is always the speech title. Whenever the speaker is being introduced, you always get to hear the speech title. And then you get to make the decision later after the speech is done. Did the speech title match the speech? Was it relevant? For example, if I'm giving a speech titled Rainbows of Life, and then I talk about the most important people of my life, I think it goes hand in hand because these people are the rainbow in my life. But if I say, I'm going to give a speech, Rainbows of Life, and then I talk about how to detect a liar, I don't think that goes hand in hand. So these are some things, these are the pointers that you as an evaluator can point out if your title matches the rest of your speech. Number 2, introduction and conclusion. As an evaluator, you really want to look out for a banging introduction. You always want to make sure your speaker is giving a very powerful introduction. If she has, then you commend her on it. You congratulate her on giving a very good introduction. That may be, for example, using a quote. Maybe she started with a quote, or maybe she asked the rest of the audience a question, which engaged them. So you can explain how that was a good thing in her speech. And if she didn't do that, you can explain how she should have done that. So that's number 2. And conclusion. As equal as introduction is to our speech, we need a good conclusion so that the audience can take home a message. When you are an evaluator, you need to make sure the message, how the speaker concluded, touched your heart. Then, what you really need to look out for and listen to is vocabulary. We always want a speaker to use good words, good phrases, amazing idioms and quotes that can relate to the audience. If she has done this, congratulate her on that. If if she's missed out on this, explain to her why she should add more words or how she should add more quotes in a particular aspect of the speech. Fourth point, voice. It's a very important component of any speaker. When a speaker is speaking about happy times or excited times, oh my God, I'm giving a presentation. Did her voice go up high? If yes, that's a good job. She was successful in communicating her excitement. And when she was sad, oh my God, I can't believe this. My voice went low. Did the speaker have the same reaction? Did her voice go low? Did she have a change in the voice? So try to look out for these things because these stuff really add value to your speech. And the last is pace of words. Look out for the points where the speaker changes the way she talks or the way he talks. When she's excited, does she talk really fast? Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And when she's sad, does she talk really, really slow to get across that emotion? So these are the things that you have to note down. And also, don't forget, you have to note down where the speaker used these components or where she should have used these components. This is where it's most important. Now, the third point, and the most important, is what I felt about the speaker's speech. Did I feel the emotions that she tried to describe? Did it come across to me as an audience? The second thing, did I get convinced by the message? Every speech has a message. Did I believe in that message? Was the speaker successful in convincing me to believe in the message that they share? So these are all the things that we note down as evaluator and then comment. Whether they've done it, good. And if they've not done it, how can they implement that in their speech? Let's try and see what are the do's and don'ts of evaluation. First, be clear and be specific. If you like something about someone's speech, maybe it can be the way they smile throughout, or maybe they used a joke to make you laugh. Tell us as the audience and tell the speaker, why did you like that joke? Because it made you laugh and now you see that speaker as a friend because maybe you've connected with the speaker after laughing with them. Now, you need to speak only on behalf of yourself. When you are an evaluator, you speak only for yourself, not for the rest of your audience. You can never use or say, we did not like this part of your speech, because it's just you talking. So you will say, I would have loved if you could have used this, or I didn't connect with you on this part. You will only speak and give your personal opinion. Third, use motivating phrases, positive phrases that will not demotivate the speaker, because you want the speaker to take all these recommendations and come back. You want the speaker to improve. So you should use phrases like, I would have loved to see you smile more. Or in my opinion, this could have been improved like this. Or I felt like your speech was a bit dry on this part. Or I would have loved if you could have given us a few more jokes. Or I would have enjoyed your speech better if there were more jokes. So like this, you try to help the speaker by motivating them. Don'ts. Let's discuss the don'ts. Don't evaluate the speaker as a person. Only evaluate the speech. The speaker could be your wife, the speaker could be your best friend, it could be your enemy, but you don't care about that. You are only going to evaluate the speech and what was said in front of you today. And when you're evaluating, I want no one to use negative words that will hurt someone's feelings. So don't use words like, you didn't do that. You failed to make me laugh. Your speech was nice, but I didn't laugh. Don't use words like but or you failed to, you didn't. There are positive ways of saying that. For example, if I want to talk about Toastmaster Hanan's t-shirt, I will not directly say, Toastmaster Hanan, I didn't like your t-shirt. That will hurt her feelings and she might just cry after this meeting ends. And I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up in a nice compliment first. I'm going to say, wow, I really like the way you wrapped your scarf. It's amazing. I think if you wore a blue t-shirt, it would really go in contrast with your scarf. See, I gave a compliment first, and then I told her what I actually wanted to see. Toastmaster Hanan, don't take this seriously. I loved your t-shirt, by the way. Third point, don't be vague or don't be obvious. If you say, I liked your opening. Okay, can you explain why you liked the person's opening? Why did you like the starting of someone's speech? You need to explain to them so they can use those things in other speeches as well. This is good behavior for speaking. So you want to let them know that this is something that you liked and you should do it in other speeches as well. All right, now let's try some exercises. All right, so this is your message. This is what you have to convey. Your speech opening was not fantastic. This is what you want to say. But can we actually say this? No, it'd be really, really blunt. So what a better way in evaluation would be is to say, I felt that your introduction could be made powerful by using dash, dash, dash. You point out what you didn't like, but then you also have to help them. You can't just point out and then leave them astray. You have to help them by giving them a suggestion. And what is the suggestion? I felt that your introduction could be made powerful by maybe using a quote, or maybe asking your audience a question that would engage them better. So this way, we help them, but we also told them how to improve. Next, you had good jokes, but you didn't finish. You didn't wait for me to finish laughing, and I didn't like that. If you said this to the speaker, I'm pretty sure the speaker would never come back on stage because it's a very rude comment, but very relevant as well. So how can you wrap this up nicely? You can say, I loved when you joked about dash, dash, dash. Give them an example. Show them what exactly you liked. It could be, I loved when you joked about your wife, or I loved when you joked about your children. However, don't use but. You can use the word however. However, I would have loved if you paused so I could finish laughing. All right? All right. Now I want someone from the audience to help me out with this one. So anyone who can unmute themselves so we can try and get a good evaluation reply for this statement. You were talking too fast. What could be a good way to say this? Anyone who would like to try? Come on, you can unmute yourself and I'll help you, so don't worry. We can have Nasruddin Parker. Anyone?
Yeah.
All right. Try to give this a shot. You were talking too fast. How could you say this in a better manner?
Actually, I'm talking too fast. So what I make from myself that I will speak slowly.
Yes, exactly.
And I will speak slowly.
Yes, but if you want to tell someone else that you are talking too fast, slow down in your speech. What is a nicer way of saying this?
Yeah, so that I will say cool down.
Yes, that is one way of saying that. Or you could say something like this. You can talk about what you noticed. So I noticed that you were speaking a bit fast. Then you give your suggestion because you really want to help them. So you say, I would suggest speaking a bit slower so I can understand your message better. So this would be a very nice way to help them and evaluate their speech.
Yeah.
And I think we are on a red light, so we can stop here. So that is all about evaluation. All you have to do is just keep in mind that you're trying to help your fellow speaker. You want them to improve, and that's why you want to give them suggestions that will help them in the next speech. And therefore, help yourself as well, because whatever suggestions you give them, you will implement yourself as well. I hope these suggestions and this training was helpful to you all and that you use these tips for the next time, because you sure will be starting evaluation in our next session. All right, all the best, and over to you.
So, amazing speech crafters. How did you feel the evaluation part, the discussion on how to evaluate?
Very nice, sir. Actually, I was resembling each and word of her into your evaluation, because the way you evaluate mine, I was like thinking about the same. You did exactly the same what she was supposed to do.
Thank you, Speechcraft Tamina Sheikh, for the lovely words. See, this is how we should give feedback to others. Some people may feel it bad when we give the feedback. We know that we are giving the correct feedback, but we have to think, we have to put ourselves in their shoe, and we should reflect, oh, okay, is this feedback hurting him or her? Or is the person taking it on a positive note? So we have to think on that platform between the speaker and the evaluator, or in general our life, between us and parents and the kids, or between the friends, or among the members in the office, anywhere. So this is the main purpose of conducting evaluation even in the Toastmasters, which improves your quality and the level of evaluating others, feedback, giving the feedback to others to improve their speaking skills or performance, even in our office life. I hope everyone has enjoyed both the videos, recorded videos. One is on gestures, how to use gesture during the speeches by Toastmaster Suraiya, Noor, Fathima, and another video, how to evaluate others, how to give the feedback, by Toastmaster Sana Yusuf, right? So without any further delay, we are running out of time. So I request, please help me welcome our general evaluator of today's session, Toastmaster Shiraz, to give his valuable feedback on today's session. Toastmaster Shiraz, the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sairam. Good evening, fellow Speechcrafters, Toastmasters, and friends. It's a wonderful event. I hope that you all enjoyed as well as learned something in today's session. This today's session, it's an additional session conducted due to some circumstances happened and some requests by the speech crafters. So with all difficulties, manage your time to develop yourself, develop each and everyone. It's a wonderful thing to do. We spend our 24-hour or our whole life for others, but how much time we spend to develop ourselves, this is very important, and this is crucial for our future life. So hats off to you all in this pandemic situation, the critical time, managing your time with family, work. You have spent time for develop yourself. First of all, we started our meeting 5 minutes delay, but still we managed to, with all the technical difficulties, we managed to end on time. We had tremendous 4 speakers, prepared speakers, Toastmaster, Speechcraft Jamshed. I will not forget that if there is a way, if there is a will, there is a way, right? If there's a will, there's a way. This is said by Speechcraft Jamshed. Speechcraft Nasruddin, Speechcraft Tahmina. I personally think that we have to keep our phones, when I come home, silent, or should not use phone, but still we are using more phone. We have to keep intention to reduce our time given more to screen and increase our time to give to our family and friends. Yes, of course, it is very important. Toastmaster Nasruddin, Speechcraft Nasruddin, your objectives of your speech was to reduce our expenses and save for the future. This is very important. We make more investments, and we have to save it for our future. Yes, of course. Agreed. Totally agreed with you. And speech crafter Sahib, you spoke about Earth. We are using this world, but we are not giving return to the world, to our mother Earth. So we have to save our resources for our future generation. All four speeches, good messages, we learned a lot, and the ways how you spoke, how you present your speeches, we learned a lot. And of course, I will not forget our Speechcraft Akib. Within a short span of time, he has taken this role and prepared for table topics, and he has done a wonderful job. Almost all the speech crafters participated in the event. And Toastmaster Suraiya, Toastmaster Sana, I personally have to learn a lot from you all. Uh, Today I saw the video. Yesterday also I saw you all live doing the sessions. But if I feel that if I don't spend time on adopting what you have told us, that's a loss for me. So inshallah, I'll make intention to see it and take it to consideration and try to practice as much as possible. Overall, the meeting was done excellent, and I like in the future 2 sessions are remaining. So be energetic, don't leave your hope. We started with 15 to 20 members, and we'll end up with 15 to 20 members. Call all your, I think all your circle, call all the people, speech crafters, to join the meeting in upcoming 2 meetings. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Shiraz, for the wonderful and constructive feedback, and particularly the recognition of our speech crafters' efforts for today's session. Once again, thank you so much. Yes, as our Toastmaster Shiraz said, you have given your best efforts to join the session and learn at your best. Thank you so much. Before I proceed further, as a token of appreciation, we would like to give a certificate to our trainers, Toastmaster Suraiya and Toastmaster Sana Yusuf. This is very small part we could able to give at this moment. Please accept this certificate.
Nice photo.
Oh, thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for delivering a wonderful training and educational session on gestures. Thank you so much. Personally, still,
Thank you.
I have learned a lot of things from this training session.
Oh, thank you. Also, special thanks to DTM Arij. She was the one who gave me the presentation, and I added a little more based on the Toastmasters book for gestures. So I added some of that into it. So
Thanks
I
to
think you should share that with the speech crafters if they want more information.
And we will convey even our best wishes and thanks to distinguished Toastmaster Ari Jaffa for helping us to provide this notes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is the certificate we want to share it with our Toastmaster Sana Yusuf, another trainer, for today's session on how to evaluate. Thank you, Toastmaster Sana Yusuf. She is not here with us for today's session. We will share the certificate with her. And once again, thank you so much, both Toastmaster Suraiya and Toastmaster Sana Yusuf, for giving your valuable time and sharing the knowledge which you for sharing the knowledge with us. Thank you so much. So I request all the members once again, please join our next session, which will be on day after tomorrow, 31st March 2021. We are here, we are giving each and every one of us the best efforts we can, from our time, from our resources, educational point of view, each and every part. So please attend each and every session till the last minute of our program. And please do inform your friends and colleagues in your circles to attend the Speechcraft program without missing any part of the session. Thank you. And our next session will be on 31st March 2021 on Wednesday, day after tomorrow. And we are going to see the presentation by distinguished Toastmaster Arish Jaffer on vocal variety. You see, vocal variety. She is going to present educational presentation on vocal variety on day after tomorrow. Please do attend the meeting and we'll give a chance to learn something. So with that, we adjourn the meeting. I don't want to drag your any more time for tonight since we are running out of time, and we will give you the personal feedback. And please do contact your mentors or me to know more about your improvement and enhancement, anything you want. And we are here to help you, and we are here to learn even from you. Thank you. We adjourn the meeting today. Good night to all of you.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Great. Wait, Sairam and Shiraz, you two stay.
Yes, please.
Please.
Yes.
Good job. Let's see. You've gotten such good speech crafters. I was honestly stunned yesterday, yesterday and today. Doesn't feel like speech crafters. They feel like actual Toastmasters, you know? Oh my goodness. It's nice to see. All right.
See you.